Everybody, we are live. Jeff's my name. Dolewhipdad's the channel, and that is Beth. Oh,
this is what you do.
I still don't know how to do that. I don't know why I can't do that. I want to put it there. How are you, my friend?
All right. How are you?
Really, really good. We planned this months ago, right? I don't even remember when I talked to you about it.
It was a long time ago. The funny thing is, I think it was when I was crying because we dropped our son off at college.
Oh,
and I posted that like really pathetic photo of myself crying, and I think we were talking over Instagram.
I remember it, but I don't remember the details. But I was going to say, I bet it was August or September.
Yeah, and that's exactly, that's when that was. So funny.
Time flies. I almost missed my mouth there with my, what am I drinking here? With my Bang Purple Haze. Ugh, it's kind of nasty. Anyway.
I don't know what that is. Wow, I'm gonna have to.
It's like a healthy energy drink. So my wife said.
Really?
Also,
wow.
This one is grapey, which I didn't. I guess Purple Haze. I should have understood that, but whatever.
Yeah.
We didn't get coffee tonight. Anyway, I'm going to say hi to some people in chat, and then we're going to talk to you about you.
All righty.
Papers, skizzers, and vacations. Oh my little niece, the Orlando guy, Dean from Dreamers Empire, Perfectly Cat, who was supposed to be on October 20th and will be on, I don't know, February or something. So welcome in, Cat. Love that you're here. Thank you. Michael, Superbacker in the house. What's going on? Let's see. I think I said hello to Orlando guy. Where do we go? Is that Glenn from the Lingerer in the house? Yeah, Glenn got here before our generally first person, Mike Wheeler. Magic of the Mouse TV in the house. I just had a great little mini conversation. Magic of the Mouse TV. How'd my Cowboys do? I missed the final score. Ha! Princess Melody in the house. What's going on, Princess Melody? How are you? Beth, I love your channel.
Thank you so much.
You ooze happy. You ooze sweet. I mean, I don't. Show's over. I mean, there you go. That it's. I mean, hey, Mom. Your personality comes through on your love for what you're talking about and your love for your community. And we were talking offline for a minute or two before the show about how you feel. Hey, After Sun Living, how you feel blessed about your community. Why don't we start there? Tell me about what your channel for anybody who doesn't know you and your community, and then I'll ask you harder questions after that. I promise.
Okay, well, I started my channel thinking that I was going to do mainly collection-based videos for Disney. I've kind of just done a little bit of everything, really. I've heard, I think Dev was talking on your program before about everybody kind of finds their way. And so I just kind of dove in and said, I love Disney. I'm going to do all the Disney things. So I'm kind of, finding my way. But boy, I've been so blessed. I have the sweetest friends on this side of the screen and on that side of the screen. It's just wonderful on both sides. We have a great community. So very blessed.
You know what? I love your attitude. And I said it earlier, it comes across in your videos, but it comes across as you answer that question. What do you attribute that to? How you built a community of like-minded Disney collectors, and it's grown from that. I mean, I don't want to speak for your channel. This is what I see, and it's grown from that. Would you agree? And if so,
yes.
Hey, Disney Grandma, how are you? I
do agree with that. And, like I said, I mean, part of it's luck because you find the people that you are, have a lot in common with. Especially with Disney, it's that unifier.
Yep.
And we've just had a lot of fun talking about what we all love to collect. There's so much. I noticed you did. You're starting a new series on your channel with collecting today.
I didn't do it because you were the guest this week, but it worked out.
I thought, boy, I know that came, and you find out about people through their collections, like what they choose to collect. Like I found out we have something in common. I absolutely adore Olaf's Frozen Adventure, and I didn't know that you did as well. And I found that out when you get people talking about their collections. You find out more about them, and it's very personal.
That is so right on the money. And what I believe, and well, the truth for me, I'm a Disney freak. I'm a Christmas freak. They did a movie about all the cultures and how they celebrate Christmas, or at least the song and the scene in the movie or the short or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That is totally made in.
Absolutely agree.
When we got Disney Plus here at the house, I think it was the second thing I watched. That's how much I love that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it would have been high on my list too. I don't have it yet. So.
What? We need to fix that. Beth is Beth. I just dropped her link in the chat. Check out her channel. Kay, welcome in. Andy, welcome in. I see you. I've got some birdie socks. I can send those, but I owe my friend Andy what he calls a prize. As my YouTube friends know, I'm not the best with mail, but it'll get there, buddy. Blue Nose in the house. What's going on? Shamu and Jet, two of my favorite things. And Blue Nose is in the house. What's going on? So, and Disney Grandma, your name just makes me happy. I know I say that to you all the time, right? Those are two of my favorite things too, Disney and my grandma.
Absolutely.
So you collect, like, so when I do this show, I always make sure that the last thing I do, not the last thing, but the day of, I'll read the about section, because I just feel like whatever I think of their channel, this is what they think of their channel. And you basically drop, hey, I collect Disney stuff, which probably I should have just take yours and put it on mine, because I collect a lot of Disney stuff. But let's talk about your collection. What's your favorite thing, and then what's your next thing in your collection?
Well, I try to be. I've been in this collecting thing for quite a long time. You know, not. I'm a. You know, I've been around for a little bit. So I think you try to focus a little bit more as you go, because you realize that if you don't, you know. So I'm very specific. You know, like I love Aurora from the Sleeping Beauty, but I'm a blue dress collector only, because then I don't have to have all the things.
Wow.
But I think that anybody that watches, you know, a couple of my videos will be like, yeah, she's got this blue dress thing, you know, that she has to.
So I need more info. So, because this recently somebody was asking me some trivia questions. I won't bore you with the details. This is about you tonight. But apparently princesses have certain dresses for certain, like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I know that this came up the other day. Apparently Aurora has a pink dress. And it's insane that I know that, because I know nothing about, I mean, I know, but I know nothing about princesses.
Well, I don't know if you saw the film, but, you know, it's the two fairies are battling it out the entire time. So, you know, she's changing from pink to blue. Well, it gives Disney a lot of room to wiggle there. I mean, there's lots of pink stuff, lots of blue stuff.
A lot of merch with both, right?
Yeah, and you know, it can get kind of, you know, crazy between the two kind of camps there, whether you're a blue dress or a pink
Melody says yes, team blue dress. So I also don't know anything about, what's the vampire movie? Help me. What's the vampire movie? Team some guy and team other guy?
I'm trying to think. What? I missed it.
I want to interview with a vampire. There's that vampire movie, or I guess one's a vampire and one's a not vampire. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Twilight.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I need to talk about.
Team Jacob or Team Edward.
See?
Wow, I can't believe I
said it that way.
And I don't collect either. So
Hi Cynthia, how you doing? Yeah, okay. So what got you into collecting Disney things? I collect a lot of Disney things, and for me it would have been early on. I was a collecting kind of guy, and I love Disney. What got you into collecting? When did you start collecting?
I tell you, when I first went to Disney when I was a kid, which is the dinosaurs were walking the earth, I think.
That's Dinoland that you're talking about.
Okay, that's what I meant.
I bet I was there before. Well, I think I'll ask you who was there first question when we're done here.
Well, because we're probably maybe in the same decade. What is it? I don't know.
This question, we'll dive into that. I'll let you dive in as much as you want.
But I went when I was a kid. And I just remember, I've told this story a million times, so I apologize if you guys have heard it before, anybody in the chat. I went when I was a kid, and we got there in the middle of the night. Flights were crazy back then. And we went to the pool of the Contemporary. I remember looking up at the Contemporary and thinking, this is the best place on the planet. And I have never felt differently since that moment. And, on that trip, I got my very first Aurora doll. And I think that's what, we can kind of all go back, and it's a part of our childhood. It's just, I think that's what makes it so personal, is just it takes up such a big chunk of our lives, you know?
My first merch collecting memory. Hey, Luna, I don't know how old I was. 4, 5, 6. I was very young. And I remember where it was. It was right by the teacups. I walked into what was the hat room. They stitched the hats right there. And Mom bought me a Mickey hat. And we put Jeff on it. And
Oh boy.
I wish I still owned it. I
Yeah.
do.
Oh
I
gosh.
really do. And but I
Yeah.
don't. But that
Yeah.
was, hey, speaking of my mommy, there she is. And that's my first item that Mom, Andy's in the chat too. She's our next door neighbor. That was the first piece of Disney merch that I remember buying. And so I'll go with that. That's my first thing. I was 4 or 5. Mom's in the chat. She would know better than me. And Mom has shared that she brought me to Disney parks even before that. My grandfather painted in Disneyland pre-55 when it opened. I was there in the early 70s, probably 73, 74. My first memories would have been I've been 5 or 6 to 75 or 76.
Yeah.
My favorite, and I was a Disneyland guy, so my favorite thing that is gone now was going through the Matterhorn and on the Skyway, and I missed that. That was my first memory, and that's definitely when I started collecting. I'm not going to ask you the year, but what are some of your first memories of Disney parks?
Well, let's see. This I went before, but this trip was 77. And I got a stuff. We don't call them stuff. We call them plush. I got a plush Thumper and my Aurora doll. I remember those like they were yesterday. I think that I went earlier, when I was a little bit younger, but I don't remember that trip. So yeah,
Now,
that would have been like early 70s. So yeah, I was
same time then. Disneyland or Disney World?
Disney World.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we went to Disneyland. I think we went in 95, maybe the first time. Yeah, that I visited.
A great year. That was the 40th anniversary. I love 95. I collect 40th anniversary year stuff. Talking about collections. Yeah.
And we were there during the new year, so that was fun. That's awesome. It wasn't as crazy as it is now, so it was fun.
Right. Yeah, the Lingerer says misses the old submarine ride as well. Yeah, I still love looking over that lagoon. So I don't think I know what your favorite item is yet. You said Aurora is your favorite thing to collect. What's your favorite piece in your collection?
Oh gosh. And I've asked other people that and I've never answered it. So you got right to the heart of the matter there.
You're a collector, it's easy.
When we did that that tag, there was a tag going around where we were all talking about our collections.
Yeah.
And I had to hold up the annual pass, because that is like, no matter what year it is, if I have that in my collection, and maybe that's a cop out, but it's the absolute truth, because it really gives you the feeling that you can go back home at any time. And it's just like a lifeline, like even if you can't make it down, it still makes you feel like, yes, that's a possibility, so.
I love that. My mom, who is in the chat now, she used to have a soup tureen. I think I'm saying the word right.
Yeah.
And it was this real ornate, kind of pretty in a very ugly way, kind of, sorry, Mom, thing. It just sat there in the kitchen, and I would go to it. Boy, I don't know. This was from the age of 5 or 6, probably through junior high. And I would open it up, and it had ticket books, the e-tickets. Well, never had e-tickets. It had A and B tickets is what it had. And I wish we still had those. She wishes she still had those, because they're worth a lot of money now. I know. I've gone on eBay, I bet over 100 times, and looked at them, because I would love to buy a book of them. They're expensive. Yeah. We had gobs of them.
And the thing that I think is so funny, I don't know if anybody remembers, if you remember, Jeff, when we were little, some of the toys that we had, I was like, what are people thinking? Because they were like those plastic, ugly, you couldn't, like they were just like in one position. It wasn't like an action figure or anything. And you can get those really cheap now, and it's like, darn it, why can't the things that we want really badly be inexpensive too? But it's like all the ugly stuff that we're like, what were we thinking?
I don't know why what you said there made me think of it, but remember the old Viewmasters? And I had I don't know, 4 or 5 of those.
Oh, yeah.
I love those because I could look at, I don't know, the Matterhorn.
That was the best thing we had to watching the movies back then. You know, if you would have told me that at some point we'd be able to watch them whenever we wanted, I'd be like,
I know Disney Plus is. I mean, we really need to not work for the rest of the year and watch all the things.
Oh gosh, I need to get it.
So are you like, you're not in Europe, right?
No.
So
Indiana. So next thing to Europe, but
you can jump right on the site. And I was on Disney Parks app today, and they're gift Disney Plus to people. So somebody hook up Beth and send it her way.
Yeah, no kidding. I need to.
It's the best. It's. I love it. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about.
Everybody does. I need to see The Mandalorian and the Imagineers story.
I haven't watched the Imagineering this week, and I'm Candy Mom. Thank you so much for stopping in, and you have a great night.
Who was your mom? I was going to ask who your mom was.
My mom is Eileen. I think it says Eileen Iskra or Iskra. I don't. Iskra or Iskra.
Hi, Jeff's mom, Eileen.
Magic of the Mouse says, I have my Viewmaster from when I was a kid. I saw the wow, Herbie the Love Bug Machine. I loved that movie.
Oh my goodness. Can I tell Herbie anecdote?
No.
Is that the one?
Yes, please do.
When I turned 40, we had a backyard party. Because I don't know about you, but when you were a kid, really the only time that we could see Disney movies were when they came to the drive-in. In my neck of the woods. And I think Melody asked if I was Canadian. I think I would be, I would fit right in with
I have never heard someone say they wish they were Canadian.
Yeah, because I would fit right in.
Why is that? You like the cold?
Because everybody says, are you a Canadian? So I figure I have something, and we're a kindred spirit there.
I'm intrigued by that.
But so when we were a kid, did you have to go to the drive-in to see Disney movies?
So we had a drive-in.
Yeah.
In Escondido, California, right off the 78 freeway. And we would drive down that freeway. And I loved it at night because I could watch 30 seconds of a movie as we drove on the freeway.
Yeah.
We didn't go very often. We had a couple movie theaters that were, enclosed. But
well, when I turned 40, we had a backyard party. We set up a drive-in movie because that's what I remember from, and we played Herbie the Love Bug, and it was glorious. It was glorious.
So I work with kids, and we have done things like that before too, where we put up our screen, and actually wouldn't mind doing that for my backyard someday. But that's a whole other conversation.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
And now you're making me think of Greece. But anyway, okay, so I still don't think I know what your favorite piece of collectible in your collection is. So I'm gonna I want to know.
Probably Jim Shores. I'm really hooked on Jim Shores here lately, and I don't think it helps being in the community. The red box.
I've only owned
box.
I own one Disney Jim Shore, and she's right here.
Really?
And then I have another one that's right there that's terrifying.
Well, because with your love of Nightmare Before Christmas, they have so many cool pieces. Jim Shore.
I'm gonna have to open it now because.
Oh my goodness.
Jeff and Angela from Dizar Dream just posted today. I think they didn't meet him today. I think they met him before. Met Jim Shore at the Coca-Cola store.
Yeah. My friend Heather from the Disney Housewife, she met him and Rowan over at the Disney Dams. I mean, and everyone says, Dana from the Mousy. All of them have said he is the nicest man.
I've heard that too. Yeah, I love that stuff. If I lived in Orlando, I love Disney artists. I would definitely.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
I had to have. We
adore that. And that goes so perfectly with your background and everything.
I love Adventureland. I love
I love it.
And the last day, I'm like, well, I didn't blow
my. I love it. The colors that he used on that just is gorgeous.
It's beautiful. I love it. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing with it yet. It's still in the box. I got to figure it out. But
you display it. You just you just sit and just look at it.
Look at it, right? Yeah. I don't have a good place that I feel is safe yet, but So what's your favorite Jim Shore item that you have?
Well, I'm really excited whenever he does Aurora with a blue dress. But I probably would select. There's one of the organ player from the Haunted Mansion, and it has all the bells and whistles. It lights up.
Oh,
And I love it when he puts those extra touches. It just
I
makes it
love
so much
Haunted Mansion
more.
art too. That's
Oh
right up
gosh.
my alley.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's so many characters to love in the Haunted Mansion. The
I was
list is,
I was on the Disney parks or Disney Shop Disney app today,
yeah.
and do you know those Haunted Mansion? What are they? Ghosts in a Bottle? I guess
Yes,
they're
yes.
on sale. They're like $30 right
I
now.
saw my mom and I were in Walt Disney World in October, end of September into early October, and she was like, "I want to get you one of these." I said, "I'm telling you, these are going to be half off," and
They
here
are.
we are. So
So
I'm not
they're
often
$30
right.
right now.
I'm taking it when I am.
They're $30 right now. You get like I think
Yeah.
there's 6 different ones.
Yes.
They all make the same noises. So they're different ghosts, but they make the same
Yeah.
noises, and they're a little plasticky, but whatever. But
Yeah, I
they
like
got
the way
a
they
25%
look.
off right now. So if you wanted all 6, you can get them for like $140.
You're kidding me. See, isn't that it makes up for when we pay for too much for something. With those times when you're like, I think they're going to go on sale one of these days.
So my favorite Disney artist is Shag on the other side of that story.
Yeah.
Shag did the tiki ears.
Yeah.
I also bought it on the same trip. I spent way more than $8.99, and they're at Character Warehouse right now for $8.99.
Sometimes though you don't know. Sometimes you kind of get a feeling, but sometimes you don't know. So
I had a good friend, Lynn. You guys all know Lynn, who sent me a message. Did you buy this already? It's only $8. Might be $7.99. And I was excited and brokenhearted all. I mean, I don't want it to stay high price. I want other people to enjoy it.
Sure.
Than that.
Well, it's like Seinfeld said, it all evens out. Sometimes you pay more, sometimes you pay less. So.
Yeah, it is what it is. If I didn't buy it and it never came down in price, I would be way more sad than I was sad that it came down. I mean, I'm not sad. I'm just feel like it's
just like woulda, shoulda, hindsight and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
They're talking about Star Wars in the chat, and I'm like, what?
We'll see. Obi-Wan was old when Luke was young. I don't know.
So exciting. It's only a few days.
So do you collect Star Wars stuff too? I'll just ask since we're talking about it.
This is a touchy subject because I'm of the Reylo community and there's some hate out there for Reylo, so I hope I'm not poking any bears here, but so I collect little Reylo stuff.
Would it annoy you if I told you that I would have guessed that you were in that hole? And what you mean by that is
that's why I'm Canadian. I fit the mold,
I don't think I understand this Canadian aspect.
Because they're nice, and everybody says, okay, if you're nice, then people guess that you're Canadian because that's what I've been told.
Well, nobody's called me Canadian, so there's that.
You're a nice guy, so
I don't know.
You can be Canadian too.
it sounds cold up there to me. But anyway, okay, so well, let's talk about that. You're gonna go see the movie this week. What do you expect to see?
Gosh, yes. We have tickets at 6 p.m. on the 19th. This has been a long time coming. So,
are you rooting for them to get together? Are you expecting them to get together? I can't believe I'm asking this question.
All of the above. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to hear my theory?
Okay. Are they brother and sister?
So I read this, so I can't pretend like I made it up all by myself. Oh yeah, Princess Melody's an actual Canadian, and she's very nice.
Yes.
So
right.
Hey, see? How are you, buddy?
Melody, thank you. And she's a Reylo. We're right there, Melody. Thank you.
I think Kylo has all along, and again, this isn't my original idea. I read it and I like it and I agree with it.
Sure.
I think Kylo has all along been a spy trying to get close to the bad guys to take them out. And he knows that she has more power than he, so he wants her on his team. And that's what I think is going to happen. I think she's going to move a little to the dark. He's going to move a little towards the light. They're going to take him out and win it all. That's what I say. You heard it here.
Okay, so are you saying they're going to get together? Like
I'm saying they're going to get together to take him down. I don't know. I am not one of those people who thinks that if there's a dude and a dudette, they must get together in the movie.
No, but that's been a part of Star Wars. Every trilogy has had, and it's a space fairy tale,
Yeah.
so it's part of it. I
Yeah.
always love the guys that are like, I don't want there to be a romance in it. I don't want it to be Twilight. I'm like,
I think I'm
okay,
freaked out.
Amidala and Han and Leia. I mean, have
Okay,
you watched any other
can
movies?
we talk about Luke and Leia? They kiss, and then the brothers.
Yeah.
So maybe we have a reason.
Well, I know, I tell you, but I mean, I do believe, and I read this, I don't know if it's true, that George didn't know if he was going to make them. I think
Yeah,
George was more of a, I'm going to go by the seat of my pants kind of guy,
I
whereas
agree
I
with
think
that.
these are planned out. I
I
think
think
these
he likes
are,
to tell people that he had a plan where we have
yeah,
evidence that he made
yeah.
changes.
Well, because,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it probably would have been more of a peck than a lingering kiss. If he knew that they were going to be brother and sister,
I just
I don't
think it's
know.
creepy.
Yeah, when you watch it now, knowing,
So
but
Anthony just asked me and Beth, since the movie's coming out this week, what are our predictions for Ray's parents? So you go first, and then I
oh
will.
boy,
I will
that's
answer.
something I haven't really given a lot of thought to be honest.
Oh
I
man, that's
mean,
a big one in
this
my
is
house.
terrible. I like the narrative, and this is not going to be popular. I like the narrative that she's a no one because I feel that lends to the anyone can be powerful in the Force. You don't have to be a Palpatine. You don't have to be a Skywalker.
I
And
agree with
I think
that.
they kind of touched on that at the end of the Last Jedi with the little boy. That
Mhm.
I like the idea that she's Rey from Jakku, and
Gonzo says Palpatine is daddy. Princess Melody says Ray's parents. I'm obsessed. So is one of my daughters. Fully obsessed with it. And the
yeah,
Raylo thing. I
yeah,
think we already have the answer. I think we saw the answer in the scene where she keeps seeing herself. I think, hey
yeah,
Brian, I think she is on her own. I think she doesn't have
yeah,
parents
yeah.
at
And I
all.
think there's more to that story,
I
though.
think Kylo has already answered the question. You're nobody.
Yeah, and I agree with that, but I think that there might be a little bit more to that story of them leaving. And if anything is revealed, I think it's going to just be that, that
I
there's a little
think
bit
that
more that she forgot about that,
maybe,
you know.
maybe. I think that I
But
don't know how long the movie is, but I'm assuming 2 hours. In
two and
two
a half
hours,
hours.
okay, good.
Yeah,
In that 2.5 hours, can they possibly get everything in it that we want? No way.
yeah,
No way. I
yeah.
can't wait.
I mean, they can say that this is the end of the Skywalker saga, but there might be a continuation at some point, many years down the road. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised.
I think that people are all weird about that. I think that just because Kathleen Kennedy and all of them have said, hey, this is the end, means it's the
Yeah,
end for now. It's not the end
yeah, yeah.
forever. We've got
And I
right.
have to ask, like, when you were a kid, were you like lining up in to see the movies and stuff?
My,
Because I sure was. I was
my mom took
there,
me in
like,
1977 to Oceanside,
yes,
California, and I remember
yeah,
standing in the line to go see it. So I was
yeah,
7.
yeah. I was right there in line too. So
Yeah,
it's so exciting to have more Star Wars
I own
after all this
number
time.
1 and number 2 comics.
Yes, oh
I
my
bought in
gosh.
'77. I had
Yeah,
the entire. I think there was 5 or 6 different series. Andy, I don't know if he's still in the stream, but my buddy, my best friend is in the stream. Andy, I know he had them too. The whole top set. I like to buy those again on eBay. There's where I might waste some of my time. Hey,
yeah. I
Pirate,
saw a video where you got a collection here recently that
yeah,
you were
I love
excited
that
about.
stuff.
So
I
yeah.
love that stuff. But anyway, it's like Cher's farewell tour.
I love it.
In the stream. I didn't expect that. That's so funny. Okay, so let's get back to your channel. So
Okay.
why did you first start your channel? And well, let's start there. When and why did you first start your channel?
Well, it's kind of a sad story. So I know that's unusual, isn't it? Most people are, but because we both participated in the doggy swap that Christy from Christy's Corner organized,
Mhm.
and I had my dachshund Darcy with me. Well, when I started my channel a little over a year ago, we had 2 dachshunds. And my Doxy Jada had just been diagnosed with lymphoma. And so we would live in a rural area. And I would take her for chemo every week, and it was just a really hard time. And I needed more Disney in my life. Like I needed that because I was constantly worried about her, and so I thought, being in this rural area, how can I reach out to other like-minded people? And YouTube came to mind, and I I it's weird because I'm thankful that I was on this journey. It was set on this journey. I wouldn't have wanted to go through that again for anything. But I'm grateful all the friends that it's introduced me to, and it was a good move. I mean, it really did bring that Disney into my life and all those like-minded folks. So I guess everything ends up happening for a reason.
I believe that. We were talking on a stream just the other night. I think it was on Steve's channel. It doesn't matter. It was hey, Christy, just talking about you, sweetie. I can't imagine not being a part of this community. Like,
right.
A year and a half ago, like I'm just guessing at the time period, I wasn't somebody who live streamed or watched live streams.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was weird. I kind of would have made fun of it. If I didn't make fun of it, I would have in my head. I would have thought, who are these people? Now I love it. I mean, you guys are like my favorite people. I stream twice on Sundays, one on Saturday. I was doing it on Thursdays, but football's done. And that's 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That's unheard of, but not unlike your story. I love my job. But there's been seasons where it's been very stressful. And for me, it was about, I needed to turn off. I needed to not be 24/7 thinking about somebody did this stupid thing and how do I fix this and all the work stuff. And so I had to make myself, and sports is a big thing for me. I can turn it off and yell at the Dodgers or yell at my Cowboys or whatever.
Yeah, but if you're like my husband, that stresses you out and gets you aggravated.
Aggravate like golf. Like if my golf goes over there, that's aggravating, but I'm still golfing. It's still fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not like, plenty of people are crazy like that. I don't know. My wife might think I'm crazy. Like, I don't know. I'll shut up on that. But this has been, there's lots of things I love. And I honestly went on a little journey to think, how can I carve out some de-stress time, some just fun, just things I like. No way it can be stressful. And I got to be honest with you, I started on Disney Twitter. For about 6 months, I was on Disney Twitter, and I'm like, y'all are crazy. There are lunatics over there. And sorry, I know some of you are. I didn't care how they voted. I still don't care how they vote. I vote. You don't care how I vote. I don't care how you vote. Like, it was so, and it might have been just because it was that year.
Yeah.
We come again.
Oh boy.
I vote that we just, you know what? Everybody's wrong. Let's just have a king or a queen, because I don't want to have any more elections because you're all crazy. But I'm kidding. But
people are very passionate about.
Oh my gosh.
Politics.
And I have a strong opinion too. But when I go to Disney, when I want to talk about and Rise of the Resistance, and I'm not. I don't want to be mad,
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
So anyway, I don't know. So that's where I was. And then just finding this community, people like you, people like the people in the chat. It's the best. And
yeah. Lou Mangello, who does WDW radio, who I adore, he always talked about getting started and starting back in like a chat room, back when those were a thing.
Yeah.
And, he told his wife, I'm just going to try this, if one or two people show up. And he said he was up like all night, and she came down like 2 a.m. She's like, what are you doing? He's like, there's all these people here. Like you kind of think there's nobody else out there that feels the same way. And that's one good thing about social media. A lot of people, there's negatives there, but it has connected us in ways that we could have never dreamed. I mean, all the people that I've met over in the UK and Canada, and it
where do you live?
Especially Disney, Indiana.
I'm in Texas. I used to be in Southern California. No way we meet, right, without this platform.
Right, I know. So you always have to look at, yes, there are negatives, but there's positives too. So
you know what? The negatives, it's really easy. You click a button. And forever.
Yes. Yeah.
It's in real life. Hey, Green Wizard, how are you? I work with the public, and I love some people. But there are times that I'm at work that I'm like, where's the button? Like,
trolls.
We talked about trolls right before we came on stream.
Yeah, I thought, okay, where's
Bring it
all the
on.
trolls?
You've got like 20 seconds to get all your stuff out because we just hit a button.
Well, and even before you go on YouTube, you're kind of like, okay, there's going to be, and then you get into it, and you're like, hey, this is okay, it's wading into new waters,
Yeah, well, that's a good point. And there's still fear and all that, but I mean,
Yeah,
in the end,
you can deal with it, and the positives outweigh the negative.
oh, by a zillion.
Yeah,
The only way they don't is if you're actually looking for it. Like I did my COPPA video, and we're not going down that rabbit hole. Maybe in the next stream.
I
But,
liked it. I was
well,
like,
thank you.
finally, somebody that says I don't have to worry about it. I just think there's far more bigger fish to fry than the
Not
collection.
only did I tell you you don't have to worry about it, I told you you're stupid if you want to worry about it. I mean, come
I
on.
probably wouldn't but see, that's why you
No.
won't be a Canadian. And I could be a Canadian because
I have this need to tell people stop being dumb. I'm dumb all the time, by the way. I'm dumb every hour on the hour and a bunch of times during the other time. So it's like, whatever. Nobody's perfect. So but
right.
I just really think that my point in saying all this, I'm trying to be funny, but my point is if you have drama on your Instagram, if you have drama on your Twitter, if you have drama on your YouTube channel, it's because you want it. Because
yeah.
on.
You
So
can,
anyway.
Yeah.
So let's get back to your channel. So you make one or two a week, right? 1 or 2 a week videos?
Yeah, I mean, I really have never committed to a schedule, and I probably should do that. That should probably be good. But I was planning a whole lot more for Christmas, but I got sick, and I had committed to doing a swap, and I had no voice. So
that's the thing that Chrissy, I love Chrissy. Chrissy's in the chat. I told her I can't say yes. I don't have the money. And then I screw up the mail, and then I feel bad. And then I sent something to Princess Melody, and she actually lives up by Santa in the North Pole. And apparently, unbeknownst to me, because I've never sent things to the North Pole, it takes 5,000 years to get there because they're actually walking it there.
Yeah.
Apparently.
The whole boo ball thing. The post office was on my list.
I was stressed out. I was like, I've got a real job. I've got a real life. And I'm sitting at work thinking about, is my mail going to get there in time? Why didn't I send it last week?
I almost wanted to get like a truck and literally like go to everyone's house, pick them up.
I would
deliver them,
I was standing in a post office in Fort Worth, Texas, and I looked at my wife and they told me what they told me and they couldn't guarantee it. And I'm like, I could drive it there in 2 days.
Yeah.
And they said yes.
Yeah.
And then it might have, but anyway, so it's funny that you talk about the commitment thing of it. But my point is, you crush your views are through the roof. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of views per video, at least over the past, month or two, right? Get a bus, rock and roll. Are you right? I could have driven it there faster than the mail. But anyway, but she got it in time, so the whole thing worked out. But your views are very, very high. And I guess what I'm trying to get to is you must be very happy with your channel's growth.
It's been all about the community, growing the community. When I first started at this time last year, I wanted to do a worldwide virtual Christmas tree tour, like a Disney, and I wanted to do a montage of the Christmas decor, Disney Christmas decor that people put up. And I quickly realized that's hard to do if you're just getting started because you haven't made those connections in the community yet. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a little bit of time. And it's always been about making that community. And I don't want to just be that person that's putting out. I want to see your collections too. So it was all, we've got that Facebook group going, and I love it when people post, this is my latest thing that I got. Or, I love that. I absolutely love it. I like that they can share with me too, and everybody else.
I love that you said that. Dizzy Damel's in the house. Welcome in. I love that you say that. Hey, Sassy Cinderella. Oh, that's
Christy.
The Sassy Cinderella with a great comment. Oh, did I hit the wrong button?
Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry. Which Lou says it's podcast gold, and I'm assuming it's live stream gold.
To make you cry.
Tears, he says, are gold.
You gold people make Beth cry. No, I'm just kidding. Don't make her cry.
Thank you, Heather. That's so sweet.
See, I mean, and there you go. That's if you're just getting to know Beth, there's proof. People popping in here, and it's real. Like, I
I
remember
love you too,
with my
Ramon.
wife.
Thank you, sweet friends, for being here.
Oh,
I
look at that.
appreciate it. I cry after videos a lot. I cry during videos a lot.
I cry when I stub my toe at night. Okay, so I still haven't got out of your favorite thing, but I'm going to move on to.
I did.
What?
I said the organist, Jim Shore.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Ron and I did a Jim Shore tag, and I believe I specified that. So this is the second time I'm going on record as saying that.
Well, but it still is a good segue to the next question.
Okay.
What's the next thing you want to acquire? Like if money wasn't an object, but for your collection, you can't say I want to buy, Disney, like the company, but for your collection.
I don't know if anybody knows what I'd be talking about, but years ago they made like a full size, well, not a full size, maybe up to mid-thigh of the Hitchhiking Ghosts, and they had Gus, Ezra, and Phineas. Well, back then I think I could only afford Gus, and he's been lonely all these years. He needs his two friends. So I think, and I'm telling you, those would be those are so expensive. I mean, when they do pop up, it's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to be doing, $5,000 for, they're big and they're nice, but,
Did you ever see those auctions that come along?
Oh, don't get me started on the profile pins. I have whined more about not being able to ever have those in my collection than anybody should. So,
I'm thinking the ones like where what's the magician that bought the big Disneyland, like the big auctions where they give away.
John Stamos has so much in his collection that.
Yeah, John Stamos and who's the magician? He's David Copperfield. He's the one that bought the Disneyland and that's our David. Yeah.
Jim Shore watched our tag. I'm
put
sorry.
That on there. I want to know more.
Why he's going to do a Legend of Sleepy Hollow set. I'm convinced. that was, and he just unveiled. That was cool. Of course, it's been in the works for years, but I said in the tag, I would love. I'm just taking over your channel, Jeff. I'm sorry.
It's for you.
But I was saying, if I could meet Jim Shore, I would have two words: Sleepy Hollow. Like, and he just like released like his art for it. I'm like,
so I don't know. Tell me more. So
that's gonna be where I spend some money next, Jeff. It goes right into your question. That
I love it. So tell me more. What did he make for Sleepy Hollow? The 70th anniversary, 80th anniversary, whatever pin just came out, and I got it about that. But so he's got
He had it was just like the mock-up, so it was just the gray, and it's Ichabod with Gunpowder and the Headless Horseman and Daredevil, I think is his horse's name. So.
And is it out already?
I have brought up Raylo already. It took me like 2.5 seconds. So.
Right. Disney damsels. Yeah. So apparently Beth doesn't care if they get together. That's what she said.
Oh, please. Roll the footage. Roll the footage back.
Let's scroll back. Okay, so that's a good segue. So let's talk about some of your favorites. We got like 15 more minutes. So I want to get them to know what you love. Yeah, let's do it. Favorite Disney park and why?
Oh gosh, I have to go back to Magic Kingdom. I have to. It's a classic. It was there back in 78 when I was there for the first time. So
71? Did it open in 71? I don't even know. I feel like 71.
I think I was there like in 74, but that's the one I don't remember. So
no, but I mean when it opened, yeah, because I know Disneyland opened in 55. I think it opened in 71. It doesn't matter. Favorite ride?
Haunted Mansion, easy.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a hard not to.
Oh gosh, I love ghost stories, and so come on, ghost stories. It's a weird thing, but I have so many ghost story podcasts. It's crazy that I listen to. To combine Disney, and ghost stories, yeah, sign me up.
Very cool. Very cool. Next trip to Disney, do you have one planned?
I had to cancel. We were supposed to go at the beginning of December, and I was so sick that we couldn't go. And I there was Vicky from Vixen Lawson Disney was going to be there from the UK, and I was so looking forward to giving that sweet girl a hug, and I missed out on it. So darn it! But hopefully there'll be another opportunity.
That's the neat thing about this community. You know, I am a hugger.
Yes.
Apparently, you know, at work you can't hug people because, you know, lawyers and stuff. But
yeah.
So, but at church I hugged everybody. And you know where else I hugged everybody this last trip? Disney. I hugged so many people that I knew from the YouTube community. I did.
That's like a dream come true. I've never been there when other people have been there.
Oh man, we were down there for the Galaxy's Edge opening, and it was the Beverly Challenge weekend, and so many Disney YouTubers were down there. And
wow, that'd be great.
Like
I would love it.
grew up in Southern California, and there were celebrities on occasion. It was like what non-California people think that Hollywood is. Hollywood.
Yeah.
Don't go to Hollywood. Hollywood's good, but it was my people. It was people like you. It was Disney YouTubers, the people that I
I'd love that.
Watching, so it's good stuff.
I love it.
Favorite Disney movie? Of these. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I mean, I don't do the whole. I mean, The Wind in the Willows. Okay, but give me the one that's just Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I love Bing Crosby. You know, it's just that coming together of all those favorite things. I
don't think I've had anyone on my stream ever say they love Bing Crosby. I like Bing Crosby too.
Oh, I love him. Oh, especially this time of year.
I was going to say, Little Drummer Boy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, so many. But you know, you have to give your favorite movie to like something that takes over your life for like a month. I watch that on loop, especially during the month of October. I love Sleeping Beauty, but she doesn't take over my, you know, DVR or whatever, you know, DVD player for a whole month. So
your favorite princess, I know the answer to.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a second favorite princess? Do you love them all? Why does is Aurora close? Why Aurora?
I wanted to be Aurora when I was a little girl because you know, the long blonde hair and everything. I mean, you could see the resemblance, but no, I just thought. And now that I found out that there's like a connection between how she was animated and Audrey Hepburn, you know, her movements and such, and I could totally see, you know, that being a part of my love for her. I just think she's so graceful and elegant and
awesome.
You know, I love her. She's
maybe February, Magic of the Mouse, but don't tell my kids yet. Pluto says he hugs too. I do. I'm a hugger. I don't even care. Like there was this whole time in my life where people are going to be annoyed if you hug them. Fine, be annoyed. I'm hugging. I don't care. At work I have to hug, but
I'm coming in.
Favorite Disney snack? And by the way, there is a right answer.
Well, aside from, does everybody say aside from a Dole Whip? Because, you know. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Aside from Dole Whips, gosh, I'm a sucker for Sleepy Hollow. I guess that's part of, you know, the whole like waffle, you know.
I don't know where.
Yeah, I know he was like, she's going back to movies. I don't know what's that, but no, the waffle, the Nutella and the, oh my gosh, the fruit. It's
favorite
good stuff.
Disney restaurant?
Oh boy, we're not a big restaurant goers, but let's see. At the Yacht Club, I'm trying to remember. What is the name of their at the Yacht Club? I had the best shrimp and grits for breakfast I've ever had my entire life there, and I don't remember the name of it. Yeah, exactly, Melody. See, we've got so much in common. I love this. You know.
I love this too.
Yeah.
You can have 3 fast passes. Any park, can be multiple parks. What 3 fast passes do you get?
Well, I'm not an adventurous person when it comes to, so, you know, like all the big hitters, you know, I wouldn't sign up for all the big roller coasters. So that kind of knocks a lot of them out right there. Well, I've never been on a Flight of Passage, so I should do that. Of course, Rise of the Resistance, duh. Ale and Compass, yes, thank you very much. Shrimp and grits, wonderful. See, Christy loves Sleepy Hollow. I love, like, you know, those Me Too moments, like, me too. I love those.
Yeah, or there's those other Me Too moments that the hugging thing, it's a whole nother.
Let me see. what was I going to say? What were we on even? I don't even
Three
remember what I
facets.
was.
You can do three
Oh
things.
yeah, I saw Rise of Resistance,
One,
Flight of Passage,
two.
and probably Frozen because it's been a long time since I've been on that one too.
Love it.
I'm a wuss. I'm a wuss.
3 Disney characters you can have dinner with. I know one. Everybody knows one. Aurora,
Yeah.
number 1.
Yes.
Who would the next 2 be?
I probably would want to meet Ichabod because I think that would be fun.
That's a great one. I love that answer.
I've loved him from afar for, so very long. Can I say Kylo? Is he
Yeah, there's no rules.
Oh gosh, Kylo. Kylo, definitely.
How come your voice changed right there?
Everyone is like, Kylo, yes. I didn't know if he counted, but yeah, he'd be.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Now that Disney owns everything, pretty much everyone counts.
That would be quite a table. Kylo, Ichabod, and Aurora,
I think Kylo would try to tell Aurora she has powers. I think he would be sick of Ichabod pretty fast.
Yeah, everybody would be sick of Ichabod pretty fast.
Hey, Lynn. Yeah,
That's why I used to go out to dinner with. I feel bad for him.
Christy's got a good trifecta: Loki, Captain America, and Jack Sparrow.
See, I didn't. Now it doesn't surprise me at all that she chose Loki.
Yeah,
but
I thought you might throw Gus in there the way you were talking about Gus, but
oh yeah, maybe Baby Groot would be hilarious. Yeah, let's the child, Baby Yoda.
Oh yeah, and then they neither one of them say much, so
I know. the list is endless here.
So let's get back to your channel. What's your favorite thing you've done on your channel? Your favorite video, your favorite playlist, your favorite series, your favorite collab?
Well, the Boo Ball was like amazing. I'm so grateful to everybody that participated, watched at home. Like that blew me away. I have to give huge thanks to everybody on that one. If I'm talking about like a video, I think it'd be Would You Rather with my husband, which don't tell him because he will say that he's, got to be in more videos. But it's all about him. But the couple, I had to bleep him numerous times. And he has a small segment at the end where he's like from the Blair Witch Project. So
good. I don't like scary movies very often because they're not scary. They're usually just a girl falling in the woods. But Blair Witch was good.
I've never seen it. All I know is the dude was in a Disney park with his phone right here, cussing a lot. So there you go. So talk about good Christmas. And it was this time of year. We were there at Christmas time. So it's a classic.
This is going to be creepy. Okay, Disney Damsel is funny. Tarzan, Beast, and Hercules, she likes all the hunks.
I'm not shocked at all. Seriously though, Kylo, come on. For one, like I feel hurt on Kylo's behalf.
You like a little bit. So I have to tell a quick story. We're at Disneyland a few years back now. They had just changed Swiss Family Tree House to Tarzan, and they had Tarzan and Jane characters down at the bottom. And Tarzan was Tarzan. Like, he was this dude with like 6'4".
Pecs.
Yes. Yeah. And abs stupid. And he was an actual dude. Like, he was a shirtless dude. Like, who are those dudes in Vegas? I don't know. Whatever. That's what I was trying to come up with, right? Yeah. Oh, it's even at Disney. I should have got the Chippendale, but I didn't. But anyway, and my wife is like, and I'm like, shut up. What are you doing?
Let me, okay, I've got a Hercules story. We went on a Disney cruise, and as a lot of us have in this community, and, they give you the spiel when you get on the ship, like, this is what you do. You put your life vest on, if things go south real fast. So the dude was giving us our instructions, right? And he's this bulky, like, just like you were describing. Lo and behold, you go to the show later on, the performance, he was Tarzan.
Yeah.
I said, how many people can say they got their life vest instructions from Tarzan other than if you went on a Disney cruise? That's the only place you're going
I,
to,
I,
be able to get it from Tarzan.
I do not lack confidence. I probably have more than my fair share. And that dude made me feel like I was in a movie and he was the real character and I was the little minion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was stupid amazing. I laid right down there on the floor and no, I did sit up, but not really. Sassy Cinderella, good seeing you. Great channel, by the way. Go check out her. Her intro alone. I remember the first time I saw hers. I'm like, I love this. I love this.
It never gets old. It never gets old.
So good. Anyway, okay, wow, we're 3 minutes away. I didn't even realize. Okay, so what do you want me to ask you? What do you want to share with the people? The last 10 minutes went too fast on me. Sorry about that. What do you want people who maybe don't know you yet or don't know your channel yet to know about what you have done and what you will be doing in the upcoming year on your channel?
I feel like I'm still kind of trying out different things, honestly, but it's all going to be Disney related in some way. I think I would like to do more design, kind of house, decorating, that type of thing. It's just going to be more Disney and just trying out different things, see what I enjoy and what the fam enjoys. The Collectionears Club community.
I love that.
Yeah, and we're on Facebook, Collectioneers Club, and you can go there and post pictures of. We fawn over Loungeflies a lot there. There's people share what they make and have in their collection. It's a lot of fun. So I'd love to see that. I'm pretty much the Collectioneers Club on Insta and Twitter and everything. So.
I love it. I love it. And I just dropped her link, and so did Kay and a few other people. Please, if you didn't know her already, get over to her channel, give her some love. Check out the Facebook page too. I'm sure she has her links to those things in her about section. But there's her YouTube. And Disney Damsels, I appreciate you being here. You just watch the replay. It looks like 2 or 3 people are saying here they just subbed to you tonight. So
thank you so much.
I'll say it after the stream when it's just us, but I'll say it with everybody here. I told you it would go fast. Didn't it go fast?
It did go fast. It was a lot of fun.
Well, you made it easy because you're fun and happy and you have such a neat group of people. And so everybody who came over because support Beth, thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. It really means a lot. Thank you so much.
We didn't do. I try to remember this and I never do. I'd like to ask my guests, hey, look at your sub count and see how you do at the end of the night, because I don't believe in the whole sub for sub thing. That's not what this is. This is hey, like-minded, we love it. And so
no, that's why I wanted to do something, big with the Boo Ball, let's get, and Christy has done it with so many, everyday collabs, you just, you want to have people meet the people that you enjoy.
Exactly.
And there's enough for everybody,
what's better than something you love and wanting to share that with others, and that's kind of what you do.
I mean, I know I'm not the only one that can't have too many channels that I watch. I just can't get enough Disney content. So, and I know everybody feels the same in this community. So,
well, and that's a good question to leave it on. What are your favorite non-Disney channels? Do you watch non-Disney YouTube channels?
I do.
Do you have any favorites you want to recommend?
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna recommend them, but because they're ghosts. You don't have to. I like to ask. I love Nuke's top 5. Sometimes I love the guy's voice. He tells these ghost stories, and I can put him on my phone while I'm doing stuff, and I just like listening to his voice. Maybe it's the Indiana, because I think the dude, he's actually from Norway, I think, but he sounds like he could be an Indiana farm boy next door. So maybe that
sound like.
We're just kind of hometown kind of.
Hometown. I like it. And I like you. Your channel is awesome. Again, I saw a lot of people saying you just up tonight. A lot of people obviously knew Beth.
Thank you so much.
Make sure you give her some love. Check out her videos. Follow her in the new year. And last word to you, Beth. We're a little bit over. I apologize for that. But last word to you And then
I
I'll
just
close
want to
out.
say thank you. Thank you to you for the invitation. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk with you. And thanks to everybody who came by to say hi and all the new friends that I've made tonight. I just really appreciate everybody. And I want to wish everybody a wonderful holiday season. Very Merry Christmas and Happy 2020.
Can you believe that that's a real thing? Like, I'm looking at my calendar
Oh
down
my
at the bottom,
gosh.
and it says 12:15. What the heck? How did that
I know
happen?
it goes by very quickly, but 2020 has a nice ring to it, so I think it'll be a good one.
Steam clear in 2020, I think somebody said. I love
Yeah,
this hour, and I love your channel, and I really appreciate you saying yes to me and I.
you.
So please don't
I
leave. I'm going to say
appreciate
goodbye to all of them.
it.
I will
Okay.
promote my next show. Lynn and I, in about 13 minutes, Creator Talk. Is YouTube helping you? Do you think they're out to get you? Come talk. I have proof. I'll show you if you care. That's it. That's it for now. Have a great week.
Thanks
Merry
so
Christmas. I
much.
can't believe it's really that time of year. And again, get over to Beth's channel. Give her some love.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right. Good night, everybody. Oh, and
Good
next week,
night.
who do I have next week? Oh, next week I have nobody because Santa Claus is coming to town. The 22nd, I purposefully didn't schedule anybody because, the holidays. But the 29th will be my last show of DisTube 2019. Jim from More Sunshine, please. So come give that a look. See, that's it for now. Have a great week. Go do something awesome for somebody. Beth, go subscribe to your channel. There you go.
Thank you so much.